Howdy, 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 y'all. See, there's a few of you here. Shad Spark, Axis, Boog. Thank y'all for being here. How y'all doing this morning? It's Sunday morning here. Okay, we're gonna switch up because I'm gonna have to reconnect. I'm gonna have to reconnect Streamlabs to YouTube. It's not working right. Yeah, how y'all doing? Pretty good. Sunday night, but I'm up to some bartender tale. Yeah, this might be the last part of Valhalla, honestly. We're pretty close to the end. It's been crazy. Before we start the game, though, I did promise something on Twitter. I opened a Marshmallow a while ago. For people to ask for general advice. I mentioned relationship advice at the time, but I opened it up for any kind of general advice questions people wanted to ask. And then right after I opened Marshmallow, right after I opened that, a lot of stuff started to happen in my life, so I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. And I actually have gotten a few submissions in since I opened it, like, oh, and I haven't really responded to any of them as a result. So, before we start the internet, I see what you're doing there. I saw that bitrate tank. Don't you fuck with me, internet. Missed your flight, so you're kind of angry? Oh, I'm sorry, Boog. That's always rough, missing your flight. It's rough, dude. But yeah, I thought before we start the game, I would go through the submissions I got on Marshmallow and respond to them. Hope that airlines give something in return. They just want to keep me away from my Connecticut water. Oof. But yeah, it might be a little late, but I did want to go through those Marshmallow submissions that I got and kind of respond to them a bit. So we're going to do that before we go over to the game. So let's open Marshmallow and see what we got. So the first one I got, they asked, any tips on making moves in dating? I took a wrong turn in the past and made a potential GF go away and ghost me instead, because at that time I had mistaken her high spirit with high desire, but I haven't laid any finger on her. So, with making a move in dating, and based on that, on what you said about mistaking high spirit for high desire, it sounds to me like you're probably someone who's a lot like me in the sense that you're very in tune with your emotions, and it doesn't take you a long time to process them and to know exactly what it is you're feeling. But with making a move in dating, the important thing that you sometimes have to realize is that people's hearts don't work at the same speed. And when you're like me and you have, you know, a high emotional sensitivity, you know exactly how you're feeling all the time, it's easy to go and make a move too quickly. And that can make people uncomfortable. So when you have decided that you really like someone and you want to make a move to start dating them, the important thing is to make sure you know that they would be comfortable at the time. So you have to get used to understanding how quickly someone gets to know you, how quickly they become comfortable with you, because everyone does that at a different speed. So you want to pay attention to how the other person is acting toward you, and whether you think that they're totally comfortable with you yet. How well acquainted are you with that person? How open are you with each other as friends? That's the first step. And once you have an idea of how easily, how quickly, or how slowly they open up, then at that point, then you'll know when it's a good time to ask and make your move. I've made the same mistake, honestly, of making a move too quickly. So it's all about making sure that the other person is comfortable. Because if you make a move too quickly for someone, then that puts them in a really uncomfortable position. That puts them on the spot a lot when they might not be ready to answer you yet. And that's probably why you got ghosted. So the important thing is you don't want to put the other person on the spot if they're not ready to give you an answer yet. So you have to pay attention to how comfortable they are with you, and whether you think that you're well acquainted enough and you're open enough with each other at that point to actually tell them what you're feeling. Yeah. With someone who I think you're very much like me, it doesn't take you a long time to process your emotions. It doesn't take you very long to know what you're feeling and what you're thinking. You're very in tune with yourself and you're comfortable with that, so it doesn't take you very long. But for a lot of people, that's not the case. A lot of people need more time to process that kind of thing, more time to get familiar with someone, and to be comfortable making that kind of decision. So, and if you make someone uncomfortable by trying to make things, by trying to move a little too fast for them before they're ready to give you an answer, that results in getting ghosted a lot of the time. So, and I understand, you said you mistook high spirit with high desire, and, a lot of the girls that I've liked in the past have been very high energy kind of people too, very spirited, very kind of friendly. And so it's easy to misconstrue their kindness, but understand that some people are just like that, and it's helpful to know how they're like with their other friends too. so that you know if that's their usual behavior or if they're treating you differently. Never assume, I would say, that someone's particular behavior means something specific. You have to take it in the context of how they act toward everyone and how they treat all of their friends to know whether they're treating you any differently or not. But basically, just, you're someone who moves, don't assume kindness is interest, You know, and don't assume just because a friend of yours is really, and that you maybe like, don't assume just because they're really high energy and they're really open to hanging out with you a lot doesn't necessarily mean that they're reciprocating your interest. Some people are just like that. They want to be with their friends, hang out all the time. They always want to do things, go, go, go. I understand. I like girls like that too. But when you have a girl like that, a lot of the time she treats all her friends that way. And if you make note of that, then you'll realize that you're not being treated any differently, so it's not necessarily that she has an interest in you. Basically, the TLDR, just be aware of the other person's position too when you're making a move in wanting to date someone, and try not to put them in an uncomfortable position, because you move a lot faster than most people do. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm the same way, but that means we have to be accommodating of the people that we're interested in. If you like them that much, then taking their emotional comfort into account shouldn't be an issue. I hope that helps. Alright, the second submission I have here on Marshmallow. What do you do to rekindle your long-lost desire or passion? I was a passionate and greedy kid until reality and adult life struck. Most people will say to try something new and stuff like that, but do you think that I may regain my young and passionate spirit? Alright, this is an interesting one. So, yeah, I know what you're talking about with lost passion, absolutely. The thing is, when you're a kid, when you're young, you don't have a lot of things to worry about. And so you're very curious as a child, and you always want to try new things, and you always want to be doing anything. You don't like doing nothing and sitting still as a kid. Nobody does. You always want to be out doing something, trying something new, taking a risk. But as you get older, you start to see the value in things like stability, routine, and things like that. That's natural. I think everyone goes through that to some degree. Everyone that I know has. And yeah, just saying some vague advice like try something new doesn't really help. With lost passion though, if you feel like you don't have any passion for anything that you're doing in your life, and if you feel like there's no, that you're not doing anything with your life that you derive energy from and nothing makes you excited anymore, then what you probably need to do is to take a step back and ask why you don't have anything in your life that's exciting you. You know, have you maybe stuck to things that you used to do when you were young that maybe you were passionate about then, but now you're not anymore? That's certainly a possibility. Good morning, Bat. Thank you for being here. I'm just reading some and answering some Marshmallow submissions asking me for advice. But yeah, so when I was in college, I also kind of felt the loss of passion, not really having the energy to do things, and having any, enjoyment in the things I was doing with my life. So what happened with me is, if you feel that nothing that you do in your life is anything you're passionate about, and nothing is giving you any motivation or energy, then take a step back and try to think about why. Are you stuck doing old things that you used to do when you were younger that maybe you aren't passionate about or interested in anymore, but you've kept doing them out of force of habit? Think about the things that are important. When you take a step back, really get into your head and think about the things that are important to you. Things like your core values, the things that you like doing, the kind of things that really matter to you. And ask yourself if anything that you have going on in your life, whether it's your job, any hobbies you have, anything like that, ask yourself if anything you're doing in your life is actually putting work toward those values or those things that are important to you. If you're not feeling any passion in your spirit, then it's probably the case that you're not doing anything in your life that you see value in. So I would say take a step, get into a deep think in your head, and reevaluate the things that you do with your time and what's important to you, and see if those line up for you. That would be the best advice I could give for having feeling like you've lost your passion and your spirit. Are you taking notes on all of these, Shad Spark? Alright, third out of the 4 questions. Third submission says, so recently I was just fired from my job for incompetence. This is like the 4th time that I failed at something I've cared about. I put hours on the clock that I wasn't even paid for, and it wasn't enough. This has been a running theme. No matter how many sleepless nights I work, no matter what help I receive, no matter what methods I try, I always end up failing all the same. And now I find myself once again rudderless. I don't know what's next, and I'm not exactly in a comfortable financial position. If it weren't for the generosity of my parents, I'd be pretty SOL, but I don't want to rely on them again. It's an embarrassment to me and to them. I don't know how to reorganize and move forward. Every possible avenue that I've thought of has kind of blown up in my face. In the interim, I've given up health, relationships, and fun all for the sake of austerity, but I still remain at square one. It's like I'm stuck in a dream where you're walking into quicksand. Any tips would be welcome. Okay, that's a tough one. It sounds like you're in a pretty bad spot, Sender, and I'm really sorry to hear that you're having such a hard lot of it. From reading through all of this and kind of letting it settle, it sounds to me like part of your problem is you're letting a lot of the negativity that you have in your life and a lot of the negative thoughts you're having form this feedback loop in your head that's continually making itself worse. So what I would say is right now, while you have the generosity of your parents and while you're able to rely on them, which I know you don't want to, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing embarrassing about that. About having to rely on the kindness of others, whether it's your parents, a friend, anyone who, is willing to put you up while you're jobless and not in a good financial position. There's nothing embarrassing about that. Sometimes difficult things happen in our lives and we have to rely on the kindness of others. That's just how we are as humans. There's nothing it's not weak to have to rely on other people now and again. And it's nothing to be embarrassed about. More importantly, while you have the kindness of someone else to help you out financially, you need to clear your head of these negative thoughts that you're having, because the more you dwell on them, the things about your past failures, how you feel about why it's your fault, you're internalizing every failure that you've faced in your life. And believe me, I know how that is. You said it's like the 4th time you failed at something you care about, and when I read this, every single time you talk about the things that have gone wrong in your life, you use I was fired, I failed, I worked sleepless nights, I end up failing, I don't know how to reorganize, you're internalizing everything that's gone wrong in your life, and you're putting all of the blame on yourself when that might not necessarily be the case. Now, whether these things are your fault or not, sometimes things go wrong in our lives. We get fired from a job, or we have something blow up in our face, and there's nothing we could have really done about it. That just happens from time to time. And internalizing everything and assuming that you're at fault for all of the things that go wrong in your life is gonna put you in a bad position to continue failing, which is just gonna make those feelings of inadequacy worse, and you're gonna get caught in this negative feedback loop that continually makes your life go wrong like this. So what you need to do right now, while you have the generosity of someone else to put you up, which is not weakness, or is nothing to be embarrassed about, while you have the kindness and the generosity of your parents, you need to deal with this negative feedback loop that you're dealing with in your mind. You need to get rid of those negative thoughts about the past jobs or the past failures that you've had and the things that you've done that are damaging your health. You say in this, you've given up, you've damaged your physical health, you've worked sleepless nights, you've damaged your relationships with other people and the things that you do for fun. That's not going to help. That's going to make the situation worse. You need those things. We all need those things. While you have the kindness of someone else to help you out financially, work on those things. Start doing things to fix your physical health, your sleep pattern. Start repairing your relationships with other people, or make new ones. Figure out something that you like doing for fun that will help you de-stress after a long day at work, or looking for work, or whatever it is you do in school or whatever. You need something to de-stress, and you need to take care of yourself before you can do your best at any job or, whatever it is you do. In order to do your best at school or at work or at anything that you do during the day, you need to be in good health so you can give your best. So taking care of yourself has to come first. And if you give up on things like your relationships with other people and the things you do for fun in your free time, then that's going to negatively affect you, and it's going to cause you to not be able to do your best at whatever job it is that you have. So before you start looking for a new avenue to go for, whether that's new work or going back to school or whatever you decide to do to move forward in life, first you need to stop and you need to clear this negative feedback loop, your thoughts of inadequacy, and you need to take care of yourself. Fix your sleep schedule, fix your physical health, your relationships, the things you do for fun. Get that in order and get yourself into a much better position so that when you do start looking for work or when you do go back to school or whatever you do, that you're able to put your best foot forward and do everything you can toward that. And I'm gonna tell you something too. Like I said, it's not weak to have to rely on other people from time to time, and it's not embarrassing for you or the people helping you if they need to help you for a while. That's nothing to be ashamed of. I know how you feel. I don't like having to rely on someone else financially either, but sometimes that's just what we have to do when life gets hard. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're all here to help each other out. And you've had a pretty hard lot of it yourself. I can tell that. So before you can reorganize and move forward, you have a lot to take care of. So to focus on yourself personally. So don't think about the past failures that you've had, the other jobs you've been fired from, all of the bad situations that you've been in, the fact that you've had to rely on other people. Don't think about all that. Just focus on yourself. And work to make yourself be in the best position mentally and emotionally that you can in order to do your best once you start looking for more work or going back to school. You have to take care of yourself first. And I'll tell you too, if you're about to have a mental breakdown or an emotional breakdown, tell someone that you trust. Don't bottle it up. There is no shame in asking for help. Whether that's just from your parents or a friend that you're very close to help you, or emotionally if you need professional help, if you need therapy for mental burnout, that's nothing to be ashamed of. So focus on yourself, get your life in a better position so that you can do your best in your next endeavors, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, and don't be ashamed of that. I hope things get better for you, man, I really do. And I hope that helps you. Alright, last submission. It's the last submission I got on Marshmallow for advice, so... I feel like I'm growing, but not. I only have like 60 followers on Twitter, which is a lot, but not a lot in a streaming aspect. On Twitch, I only have 21. I feel like I have something to offer, but I can't get myself comfy enough to talk to anyone. Thinking that I'm talking to someone in a VOD is easier, but I'm just not sure what I'm doing wrong. It's gotten to the point that I think my only savior is hopefully streaming with people that have bigger numbers, but all I can think is that all the viewers would watch them and not me. Alright, so numbers when you're streaming is really hard. I don't know how long you've been going. I don't know how long you've been posting on Twitter as your VTuber account to have 60 followers. I don't know how long you've been streaming on Twitch to have 21 followers. I mean, everyone has to start from somewhere, but if you've been going for maybe a few months and you've only gotten that far, then what I would say is, you know, sometimes these things take time. That's all there is to it. It's hard to get discovered as a VTuber, and the market is, or even as a traditional streamer. Maybe you're not a VTuber. Maybe you're just a traditional streamer. You have your face cam on or some such like that. You do Let's Plays. I don't know. But right now, it's hard to get discovered in streaming. It is. There's so many people on Twitch. There's so many people on YouTube that stream. There's so many people on Twitter that are streamers. And it's going to take time to get discovered. I would say, as far as streaming with people that have larger numbers, if you're well acquainted with them, if they're people that you know well and you think you would vibe with them, there's nothing wrong with asking them to collab with you, and you could possibly get a boost in growth from that. But the only advice as far as I can give you is to keep grinding at it. You say that you're not comfortable enough to talk to anyone, and that's important too. You need to get yourself out there and be active in the community. So you can definitely work on that. I don't have any specific tips to that, except for the fact that if you have trouble approaching anyone to talk to them, like on, say, Twitter, just go to, just peruse your Twitter timeline, alright? And if you see anything, any posts that you like, just go in and reply to it. Literally, whoever it is. Don't mind who the other person is that posted it, whether they are someone huge with a ton of followers, or whether they're small like you. Don't concern yourself with that. If you see a post you like, and if you have something to say, then go in and reply to it. It's a lot easier than you think to just do it if you're not thinking about who the person is that you're replying to. And once you get into a habit of doing that, you'll find that you very quickly will not feel nervous about talking to anyone anymore. Put it this way. A while back, I got followed on Twitter by fucking Iron Mouse, alright? And at this point, I had less than 100 followers on Twitter. I got followed by fucking Iron Mouse, alright? Iron Mouse is fucking huge. Alright, she's Twitch partner, she's got tens of thousands of followers on Twitter, she's got so many followers on Twitch I don't even know. She's freaking huge and intimidating. But you know what I did? When I saw that she followed me, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay. She liked my model reveal post, she retweeted it, she followed me. Clearly, Iron Mouse has an interest in my character design at the very least, and is interested to see where I'll go. So I just shot her a DM on Twitter. I don't know if she even checks her Twitter DMs. I don't know if she read it. But I just went through and sent her a DM and I said, hey, thanks for the follow. Glad you enjoy my character design. I hope you enjoy my work. I like what you do as well. And hey, if you want to chat, don't be a stranger. That's all I said. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's just that you have to take the leap to be able to do it. And I understand that if you're approaching someone like that, who you feel is a lot larger than you, it can seem intimidating, but you don't have to say much. And you don't have to impress someone. So I think the important thing with getting comfortable to put yourself out there and to market yourself so more people will follow you is just to build that confidence. Don't worry about who it is you're talking to or replying to on Twitter or whatever. And don't concern yourself with trying to say something that's going to be a banger every single time. Just talk. Whatever comes to mind is fine. Don't worry about what people are going to think about it or whether what you're saying is going to get a lot of attention or is going to impress someone or be a banger tweet or whatever. Just talk. That's the biggest advice I can give there, is just talk. Just say things. Say words. And people will start to recognize you over time if they see you saying a lot. And good luck with your streaming, man. Okay. I think that, yeah, that's all the submissions I've got on Marshmallow, so Thank you all for sending those in. I hope any of you saw those are here at the stream, that you saw your responses, and I hope that I was able to help you some. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to some of these. Some of these were sent quite a while ago, but I had some issues in my life, so I hope that if you still needed advice that I was able to give you some that will help you out. With that taken care of, let's get over to a frickin' game. Let's play some Valhalla. I wanted to take care of that first, though. Alright, day 16. You've been chuckling since yesterday. Wiener. Yeah, we read those already. We finished off last time we streamed with those, so I remember those articles, so we're almost done this game. Good evening. Ah, Jill, I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the duck? Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Ah, Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyway, let's start. Scare the ducks. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Ah, the guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. By any chance did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yeah. There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that. So it flew by here. I take it you know what made the noise? Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity? I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now get me a Mars Blast. A Mars Blast for the guy that wouldn't come back. Twice. All Systems Go is a bangin' song. There you go. Well, you didn't mess up. Sorry, if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight dirty. Chill, please. You make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right, sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. Alright, let's give Ingram a suplex. Wow, that sounded weird. Let's make it a big one. That's wrong. All on the rocks and mix. Fight dirty cheese. That's throwing shits. Throwing sand in your opponent's face. Going for the nuts. And yeah, throwing shit works too. Here. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, Mr. Call me Jamie. And you are? I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific file, Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So, why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something? The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. I see. How does the expunge work? Bitter, manly burning, I'd like to have it. I'm not into drinks that burn too much. A little is fine, but that's why I prefer rum. You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed while the horrible pressure builds up on your body and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes and your gums and your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ouch. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. Let's give him a gut punch. Again, that didn't sound right. I'd like to give Ingram a gut punch. Nah, he's an alright guy. And we'll load you up on some Karma Train, why not? Here. Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours, though. I had a couple extras in his, actually. So where's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie? Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. Nanomachines, son! They harden in response to physical trauma. And the rest of the enhancements? Were you reconstructed or have you been adding them over time? Over time, either by getting a much-needed enhancement or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that twice. Shut up. Seemed like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day? Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. Ingram's just someone who has bad days on the regular, I think. And he's someone who doesn't always want to show the nicer side of himself to others. Perhaps because he has to in some cases, and he's just used to it, or maybe he's wary of other people. That guy tires the hell out of me. And now, Onesan boy. Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too. Bad touch for Alma. I know some of you in the audience would like to give Alma a bad touch. Here. Jill, you have such a petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So, what put you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that. Today my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband, and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed it up, huh? When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump on. So Ava comes and says, "Then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple." I shouldn't reinforce that behavior. I don't know, maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time, even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing, she had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all of that, I mean the age difference and all. But there is something in particular I still can't forgive. It was the day she invited her friends into the house and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters. Ouch. I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Hey! It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather... the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana that I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult, you see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. Huh. But enough about me, how are you? Everything's fine, aside from this note. A note? Remember how I told you that I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah. I got this note from her. Let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing. As do I. So, what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place? Right. Give me a Brantini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you. A Brantini, alright. That's the key for Flannerjide, not Karma Train. Here. This is the thing. Let's start. Boo! Oh, hell no. This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became animosity, and not long after that she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hire your high-ranking lips? Shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled. Hey Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. Right, enough. Enough? Shit. Peace out. I know the girl is you and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she'll be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer? Right. Here. Man, I am going crazy, aren't I? I'm just making drinks big today, apparently. Sounds like I enjoy this one. I do. It's nice to hear someone get their comeuppance when they're being an asshole. Especially if they're being as cringe as Diana was with that comment. She deserved to get fucking slammed with an insult like that. Especially after what she did. Here. Thanks. Didn't beer make your mouth drier than before? That depends on what kind of dry you mean, Shad. That depends on what kind of dry we're talking about. So tell me, did you and this Gabby get along? Oh yeah. I never had brothers or sisters, but once Lenora introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, and played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be here. Remember, I won't forgive you. Yeah. I'll go take my break. Alright. You were here? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear? Anyways, call me if anything comes up. We were hearing Alma's Onesan's story time. She's older than me, I mean. It's less chilly today. Jill, a kid's looking for you. Oh, shit. Hey. Ah, Norma. Phew. You're back! Oh, fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said that loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. Phew, she thought it was for her. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Aw, so responsible, Joe. I kinda faced my mom and told her about all the pressure she was putting on me. And I said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And? Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days, but after that, she told me it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore. Glad to hear that. And, well, I wanted to thank you for that. Me? If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right, I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. Aw, so sweet. Shut up. Hey Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make a bleeding chain, please. On it. Thanks. Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character? I don't know. What are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Sure. Thanks. Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There! Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Nobody expects the Darth Inquisition! Best character! Darth Inquisition! Darth Inquisition! Darth Inquisition! Ow! It bit my tongue! I can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night! That's good. Can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Honey! Hey Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. Fluffy dream for Dorothy on the go. Nope. Howdy G-Smash. How you doing? Thanks! Oh yeah, before you leave... What? Are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yep. Sure, I'll be here then. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Man, she was in a rush. Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher on hand. Welcome back, Pat. Please. Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine? I am, don't worry. Hey Jill, mind if I ask a silly question? You've seen my clients, you can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Sorry, what'd you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but the word boomer seems so out of place. Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who were called such. Oh? Let's go a bit back first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki-Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romaneko-Yamada treatment? Let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corps' record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stengovic. Was it Stengovic? Let's call him Stengovic for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stengovic funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Stengovic, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved through that treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions was born. And their parents got called cat boomers? A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for everyone with the protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are. Huh? You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial muscles. Thus, they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thank you. Don't worry, I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait! What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stengovic. Huh? I just remembered Sylvia Stengovic was around my age, and when I was a teen, there were... And when I was a teen, there were some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? Sorry. The way she was like, yes, it was Stengovic, that was her name. The way she said that reminded me of Mark Zuckerberg! Who was the guy who invented Facebook? What was his name? Mark Zuckerberg! Siri, text Dan, Mark Zuckerberg! Lucky you didn't just start banging on my window. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there. Oh hey, you got that reference, G-Smash. Good work. You noticed that one. Yes, you're correct. You've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous? Okay. I'm gonna pass on the Kira Mickey poster it's asking me to buy just to make sure I get the rent payment for Jill. Music in this game sounds old school. Yeah, this game is made in a very old school way with the pixel art. The kind of, like, 80s style music, I'd say. It's very good. I like it a lot. Birth rates decrease as the youth prefers Lilum company. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke. But the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely popular among Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Annie May, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and the sex is amazing. Don't even get me started. It's expected that new regulations will soon be announced to address the situation. Being only with Lilum can be tiring, though. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. I'd like to say we have the freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City so long as we adhere to the decency standards. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. Are they high? But what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want, or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Gods be praised, first silly law I'm all in for. Flips table. Socks and sandals? That's just a fashion accident. Flips table. Imagine it. Okay, that reminds me. Imagine having a law for that. You know there's a law in Minnesota that it's illegal for you to cross the state line while having a duck on your head? It makes you wonder what happened that they felt the need for that to be a law at some point. It is a law in Minnesota that you are not permitted to cross the state line whilst having a duck atop your head. And I'm forced to wonder what happened that they felt the need. What the fuck is the story behind that law? I want to know. Those lawmakers were probably stoned. Please just stop being. It's freaking hilarious. The US has a ton of silly laws that are just left on the books from long a time ago that are absolutely like aren't enforced, and nobody knows them, but they're still on the books. It's illegal to sleep naked in Minnesota. Yeah. There's some in Texas too. For example, it's illegal in Texas to sell your eyes. And the Encyclopedia Britannica is actually banned in Texas. When I browse it, maybe I must be careful there after a one-night stand. Yeah, for real. Illegal to sleep naked. What if I just had sex? If I want to sleep naked, I'll fucking damn well do it. Also, there's a law in Texas that you're not allowed to shoot buffalo from the second story of a hotel. I is okay, but the Encyclopedia Britannica is technically illegal in Texas. I do know the story behind that one, because the freaking, so that law was put in place during the time when there was prohibition in Texas, and they banned the Encyclopedia Britannica from being sold here because it contained instructions on how to make beer at home. But still, the entire Encyclopedia Britannica is technically illegal in Texas. Which is hilarious to me. And BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and a weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact on our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. I'll start walking around with a Daffy Duck plushie on my head. Do it, G-Smash. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. Oh yeah, this. Late to the party, Augmented Eye. Yeah, the bars have been planned closure since the beginning of the game. Surviving in Glitch City. Any tips for a new friend in this wonderful land? Oh boy, self-deprecation thread? Don't trust the White Knights and don't go out after 5 p.m. unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Bring a portable chair everywhere. You'll have to line up for flour, lol. Get used to eating what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do it while you can. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city, lol. Soon we won't even be able to escape. Can I even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer. Unless I'm mistaken. Subaru jumps at the buses. Later, we'll play some. We should play Smash Bros sometime. I'm pretty sure you have my Discord, G-Smash. You can hit me up if you want to play Smash Bros. I haven't played in months, but... Thanks for coming, see ya. Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before they turned it into Glitch City. The rice fields! Rice and butter are actually good with extra salt and seasonings? Yeah, they probably can't afford any extra seasonings, though. If it was brown rice, I'd eat that. I like brown rice. We're gonna deal with distracted Jill because I know what my orders need to be. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as the official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me the list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his. Girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming onto him for ages, and he's only just started opening up. You go, Jill! You go! If she's the one hitting on you, that's rare. Get it! Society always expects us dudes to make the first move. If she's coming on to you, go get him! But he's taking steps backwards, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up, for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me... I believe this is the last day in the game, and then it's the ending, so... Every day is night, drive me wild, systems go, March of the White Knights, in fact we'll put that one up. Neo Avatar, Nighttime Maneuvers, A Star Pierces the Dark, Your Love is a Drug, Synthestitch, Snowfall, Neon District, and Karma Train Dream. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Gil with a crush, huh? This place. Great! Oh, if it isn't... Hey, Jill! Sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss! Stalked woman incoming! Door's open! Go ahead, door to the left. Thanks! Hello there! Oh, hi there! The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now, where did she... Oh, the hellhole, perfect! Hey kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh, you remembered me after 2 weeks. Fuck, I can't just ask what the order was, I'd look unprofessional. This is what you get down there when Jill is distracted at work. A big beer for Donovan! Been a long time since we saw him. Here. This seems right. Paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that'll over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls, in the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu and company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to find you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, in the best case scenarios, they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line. Glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC's been going apeshit closing bars lately. Oh yeah, that. Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. Illegal chicken restaurants? What? Huh. Not to mention there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. Big brain. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that after some restructuring we'll begin at VTC after this whole thing. Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that. Alright kid, let's try a moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. A moonblast? That's a new one for him. Illegal chicken? Smuggled illegal things inside like encyclopedia! Yes! The illegal encyclopedia has been smuggled in. Also, check out this kickin' music. Yeah. Now, let's see what the ruckus is about. So, what brought you here? Oh, right. Didn't you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really, just hitting on her. Well, at least he's honest. Imagine seeing an idol in public, knowing they're an idol, and just being like, nah, I'm just gonna hit on him. I mean, I can think of a couple that I would, but if I've learned anything, it's that a lot of people are not as just absolutely forward and open as I am, so. Feel bad because I nearly did that in the past? Don't. It's absolutely fine. Though I don't suppose I should talk given I'm still single. At the moment. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Why though? Are you that bored? Don't you have like a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. I've been there. I know what that feels like, to be honest. I want to know just how detailed those King-class Chia models are, personally. And so you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as... Jesus Christ, Donovan. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, serve me a pile driver. At least I wasn't horny, just curious. Fair enough, being curious is... Being curious is totally valid in that situation. I mean, I've hit on an idol before. Not quite the same kind of idol, but... He needs Dorothy. Dorothy doesn't have big enough tits for him. Donovan's all about the tits. Here. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left! Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dane. Hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister's a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. How nice of you. For me, it was a cosplay idol. She has perfect figure and GL. Nice, man. Hey, I probably would have hit on her too. I'd probably be curious too, to be honest. When you see someone that just has that just right figure to them. Makes you curious. It's nothing really, and she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. This idol wants something sweet. I'll drop it in Discord later. The way you were talking about it, I figured it was probably a while ago. But if you still know where they are, I guess go ahead. Like I said, I'm single right now. I could use some eye candy. Yes, I am available, ladies. After I just said that. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Figure. Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made on my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that, and after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, it wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are really good. And not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. So nice to hear! Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. We sure do. Here. Perfect! Hey, you're a king class cheer, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them a little more versatile. My line lacks that or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. Ah, I see. Hey Jill, will you go to my next concert? I heard every ticket was sold out, never mind how expensive they are. So I guess that's a no, sorry. Now you will? Here. Is this... It's a ticket for my encore concert. Sorry it's not a better seat, but I only get so many free tickets. No, I mean, this is amazing. I don't know if I can accept it, though. You will. It even has a backstage pass, so we can talk afterwards and you'll tell me how it was. Why give it to me? I don't know, I like you. You're attentive and hear me out. That behavior should be rewarded more. Well, thanks. God, it feels so weird to get a gift. And from a celebrity, no less. Don't think too much about it. You deserve it. Although I guess I can understand how you feel about receiving gifts. I usually get quite a few from fans, but it always feels so weird. I don't like feeling as though I got something for free. Luckily, I've thought of a way not feeling so bad about it. Now, just give it my all on stage. They gave those gifts to me after watching me perform. It's only natural for me to do my best and give it my all as a way to repay them. I should, give it my all mixing drinks then? Of course! Well, I gotta go, but let's have a sparkle star first. Alright. Pizza with double cheese. Oh, that's aged. Otherwise, it's a sugar rush. All right. Here. Sparkling! Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. All right. But yeah. Note to self. Buy oil for that door. Alright, give me just a second. We got all the way to Neo Avatar, I think. Actually, Throw Karma Train Dream on front. No people like that song. Alright then. Gil, you're in my spot, please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Oh, Gil is down bad. I know the feeling. It's very distracting. You're thinking about it all day. Greetings! Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with the Bleeding Jane today. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting though, when I first saw you, I doubted you... It's pretty interesting though, when I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean, really clean. Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick.
Really?
He's a bit out of it today, though.
I see.
He is down bad. Like I said, I know the feeling. I can tell.
Hey Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city?
Gold rush?
Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white night suits.
I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush?
Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any white knight still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually and run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky, they got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days.
Can anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses?
It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just opened for many, so I'd say yes.
I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how.
There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit.
Unique?
The guy had a really small unit, 5 people including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes. And they looked really gaudy.
Come on, Jill, you don't know what henshin is? You never watched Power Rangers as a kid? 6 working together to fight evil! Where you have to pose when you whenever you say anything.
But it turned out the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement.
You know a lot about this.
It's interesting the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you.
True. Put on a front that gets people to lower their guard. You know, like being horny all the time.
I'm honey!
Wait.
Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces, but regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians.
I guess even Zaibatsu Corps has its limits, huh?
People love to demonize the Zaibatsu Corps because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. Just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like, those are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just a front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corps chose. He makes a fool of himself and the attention is taken away from whatever it is Zaibatsu Corps is actually doing. Yeah. So what you were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously. Hen what? Can I get a Brandini here, please? Sure. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kira Miki Encore concert. Nice. Oh right, as it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being nice in person were actually true? Amazing. I know, she even got me a ticket for the concert. She what? I had to twist some arms to get tickets for the Encore concert. Not only did you get them free, the idol herself gave them to you? Do you have any idea how jealous I am right now? It'll be interesting. You're gonna enjoy the hell out of it, trust me.
I'm kind of feeling that one, Stella. I'm jelly. Three of my streamer friends, who are all female, by the way, these three, they're having this dude who's really good with Blender makes 3D stream background, hella good looking stream backgrounds for them for free just because he wants to. And I'm jelly as fuck. Imagine having a fan make this epic looking stream background for you in Blender for free just because they want to. I'm jelly. It really do be different for female VTubers.
This will be my first live concert of hers, but I've seen every other concert of hers on video. They all have such a magical aura to them. Everyone says they have to be seen to be believed. You really like her music, huh? It makes me happy, what can I say? I love listening to it when I'm feeling down. Hell, it even helped me when I was worried sick about Say at the bank. Made me forget all my worries, even for a little bit. Huh, I see. Say, Jill, you want to come to the concert with us? Us? I invited Say because I managed to get 2 tickets. You want to come with us both? I'd love to. I didn't want to go by myself, but... Are you okay with that? I don't want to be a burden. Of course! The more the merrier! You really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure.
Howdy, Zaku. Are we horny yet? I'm hard right now, yeah.
Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Say and her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't abuse it. Hey, can you give me a classic drink? Sure. Classy, huh? Classic. I know one classic. Oh ho! Here. This is classic Al. Whatever. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I can find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable information from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of the suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. And all that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Excuse me? Achievement unlocked, a different breed of cat. This is new. Excuse me? Is this the Rad Shiba bar? Hello? Somebody fell for that one. Yeah, but we prefer to call it Valhalla. What can I get you? Let's try the Sugar Rush. Certainly. Here. Thanks. You don't look like you're from around here, miss. Call me Jess. I'm from Neo San Francisco, actually. I came here to see the mega Christmas I hear so much about. I've always wondered why it's called Neo San Francisco. Is it like Neo Tijuana, or is it more like New Mexico? Wait, there's a New Mexico? Still, that's a good question. What tipped you off that I'm not from around here? The fact that you're a hybrid. Really? I thought Glitch City was the world's genetic engineering mecca. Every time you hear about a breakthrough in genetic engineering, it most likely came from here. That's true, that's all true, if you have the money. Glitch City has some awesome advances, but many of them are gated behind giant walls of cash. Like genetic modifications or prosthetics. Is it really that bad? Let's say I wanted a treatment to change my hair color to yellow and my eyes to amber. Simple stuff, 2 shots. But just for the hair, I'd need to save minimum wage paychecks for 10 years. Not only that, insurers still refuse to cover genetic modifications, even the medical ones. Weird. I mean, Nowadays, genetic modifications are pretty common everywhere else. I don't understand much about it myself. I think the exorbitant import fees levied by the city are a deciding factor in the whole pricing situation. Or maybe it has to do with how devalued our currency is. Or maybe it's both those things and then some. I see. Oh, but look at me rambling. Can I get you anything else? Let's try the Brandini. Sure. Here. Thanks. It's interesting though. Hybrids are well received around here. It might have something to do with hybrids usually have lots of money. I guess it could be an example. It will make me a more likely target for mugging then. Everyone is a likely target for mugging. You just stick out a bit more than the rest. You do well to remain vigilant always. Thanks for the advice. Hey, mind if I ask something? Go ahead, no problem. Are cat boomers? She said something about cat boomers. Well, there is genetic modification going on. It's more akin to being born with 6 fingers. The side effect of a treatment, if you will. Really? Because there seem to be countries where cat boomers are considered hybrids. True, but to think about it for a second. Let's say you got a treatment for a skin condition and the side effect was getting scaly skin. There's hybrids with scales as skin, but your skin is a side effect. The scales might just be dead skin. Even if legally the scaled skin could make you a hybrid, you're not one necessarily. Welcome back, Bat. Even if it's a law, laws can be wrong too. Yeah, you're right. Sorry about asking so many things. Oh, I don't mind. I guess you really don't see many hybrids around, huh? Oh, right. Could you give me directions to the Artemis Will Mall? Sure, let me grab a piece of paper. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Human snakes are real after all. I mean, one of my VTuber brothers is a croc person, so he's got some scales. Goodbye. Please come again. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems. You think? Might have been while he was out. True. Hey boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am, yeah? Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, and it just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh well. Wait, what? Come here, fuckboy! Fuckboy! 8th grade what? Who would have thought we'd get a bona fide idol in the bar? Achievement unlocked. I feel like an adult for paying the rent. We have a roof over our heads for another month. Yay! That's all my money, though. Alright. I actually think we're not gonna finish. We can probably actually finish the game today. Check your Mickey's vlog. Valhalla. The name sounds silly and a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute and small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area is called Neon District. At first it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back, but once I got in there I felt really safe and at home. The bartenders are a bunch of sweetheart, and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks were very tasty, even though they weren't made with real alcohol. I don't know if I want the bar to suddenly become a fan tourism hotspot. Grand Slam Fighters crowns a new heavyweight champion. Glitch City's most popular pro wrestling promotion crowned a new heavyweight champion yesterday, with Giant Yusuke taking the gold from fellow Japanese wrestler Justin Liger. After previous champion 66 American Kid was forced to relinquish the title due to a head injury, GSF decided to hold a tournament to find a new title award holder. The match ended after an epic 30-minute bout, with Giant Yusuke applying a massive German suplex for the 3 count. During an interview with AE, Giant Yusuke told us through a translator that he's waiting for 66 American Kid to recover. I won't rest until I beat him clean. So exciting. If only I understood what's going on. Can't use real names because copyright. Oh, exactly. I'll tell you one thing, brother. I'll always remember the time that I was in the car in the morning on my way to class, I think. And they had Hulk Hogan. The DJs got Hulk Hogan on the fucking microphone for some kind of promotion for like charity. There was some kind of charity thing going on and Hulk Hogan was promoting it and he was on the radio. And I remember that there was gonna be some kind of thing with a mass performance of the chicken dance, and so Hulk Hogan was talking about it. He's like, I'm gonna be out there with y'all. I'm gonna get my knees my knees a knocking, and I hope they're bolted to the foundation out there once I start going. No. It was such a fun moment, and having him, you know, just say, I hope they're bolted to the foundation out there, because once I start going, brother. That, I don't know why, but that always stuck with me.
After the Great Earthquake, salvage agents are the new rage. The Great Earthquake that sank large portions of the world 5 years ago also created an unexpected new profession: salvage agents. Summer Aki is one of these salvagers, and she shares her experience with the augmented eye. Seeing big cities like Tokyo and places like Caracas several kilometers below the ocean's surface, that's something that gets to you, you know? Millions lived there before the Great Earthquake, and it's on to me to retrieve their memories, their lives. Aki is now working to retrieve items from a research facility in the Tanegashima Island in Japan. And Australia? Australia is a tad more complicated than that. New Lilim regulations. The current regulations preventing Lilim from looking too human have been working well so far, but Glitch City's government is planning to create even more new laws so as to enforce robot-like features among the Lilim in a bid to reduce identity theft. Glitch City, the first nation to adopt the current standard in artificial intelligence and robotics, was the first to allow robots into normal society, quickly giving them necessary rights so as to sustain a long-term experiment about their role in human evolution. Unfortunately, the first year saw numerous reports of identity theft, resulting in the need for more stringent measures. It's unknown what kind of laws we'll have in the future regarding their existence. But people look more robot-like by the day, too. Nothing new here. Alright, we might actually be able to finish the game tonight. This should be the last day? We'll probably go a little over the time the amount of time I usually stream to do it, but I'm down for that. Friday, December 30th. Evening. Gil, are you humming Shine Spark? Hey Jill. Are you okay? Are you in love, maybe? Oh, he's absolutely in love. He is down bad, my boy. Nothing of the sort. I'm fine. Right. No, seriously, did you fuck? Men only get so happy after they fucked. I take offense to that. That's not all we're after now. I was the same way as Gil the last time I was in love, and we never ended up fucking. Come on. Didn't last long enough. That's not... Oh my god, you totally fucked. Was it Alma? Did you have 7 minutes in heaven with her? No, I didn't. In any case, congratulations. I haven't seen you this happy since, well, never. Hello, Jill. This is for you, Gil. And this is... a copy of Sunshine Stone. You've been humming that shit non-stop, so here you go. Thanks, I guess. It's also a congratulatory gift. Or what? Don't play dumb, you totally just got some. It was Titty Hacker, right? You always had your eyes on her. I sent her a message. She'll confirm if she did the dirty with him or not. Let me know. Right. Good shit, Gil. I'll be back in my office then. Anyway... Time to mix drinks and change lives. You were too happy and you're too mopey. What happened? He's not confident yet. I was right. Eh? That Laura girl was head over heels for him. I was right on the money. Betty was right, and that deserves a beer. And you? I'm fine. Friday beer for a cheerful Betty. Here. Woo! So the girl was actually infatuated with him? You should have seen her screaming from the top of her lungs that she liked him. And him just standing there thinking. Just like that. In retrospect, it was a tad too cliched for my taste. Still, I knew she liked him. I was right. I was right. He doesn't seem particularly happy. He never is. Unlike your coworker. Holy shit, did he fuck? You're making it too obvious, Gil. How? That beaming face is unmistakable. The face of a guy that got some and enjoyed every moment. I love how we're just freaking dunking on Gil now. Back to Deal, though. Like I said, he seems lost in thought. Victories like these are few and far between. Let me enjoy myself. Can I get something non-alcoholic here? That's not how you drown your sorrows, piece of scrap. I'll have a bloom light. Okay. Bloom light for Betty. Damn, Gil, get a better poker face. Apparently, it's that noticeable, I guess. I mean, alright, let's be honest, though. After I get some, you probably know. And for something non-alcoholic, Bleeding Jane has optional Karma Train, right? Alright, it doesn't have any to begin with. I thought it was optional, but it doesn't have any to begin with. Here. Thanks. Same. Celebrate all you want, but I'm freaking out here. I know nothing about relationships. I have no idea what to do. Well, for starters... What do you think, Jill? Me? Her? Betty, I've seen a few of your relationships, remember? Aside from Veronica, there's Angela, Pamela, Sandra, Rita, Monica, Erica, Tina, Mary, and Jessica. Or should I say, didn't share the bed sheets, snores like a pig, cold feet, shampoo waster, chocolate addict, too religious, fan of the wrong rugby team, teetotaler, and chews with the mouth open. Sick burn! What do you think, Jill? You must be quite the heartbreaker to have so many relationships in a short period of time. I mean about piece of scrap situation. And thank you. I'm not the right person for this, Gil? He's still on fucking Cloud 9. Or is it fucking in Cloud 9? Good one, Jill. For starters, how do you feel about her? I don't know. I don't know her that well. You could start there. Ask her out sometime. Get to know her. Maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe you'll change yours.
In the end, you lose nothing by... What? I'm just realizing that I'm giving love advice to a Lilum, so I don't know how well it applies to you. These things are humans and all but organs nowadays anyway. Even if that's the case, it's interesting she felt that way toward him. Why wouldn't she? This fella's a good catch if I do say so myself. And like I said, humans and all but organs. You surely encountered Lilum that you sometimes forget are not human. Well, we live in weird times, but hey, that only makes them more interesting. It's odd going to other cities and not seeing the same integration of Lilum, though. Well, Glitch City is pretty much the cradle of societal experiments involving Lilum integration, so... Anyway, just try and get to know her, and find out how you feel afterwards. Yeah, I think I'll try that. Yeah, that's pretty solid advice. I mean, it's quite the uninspired advice if you ask me. Like she was starting to say, you got nothing to lose by just asking. Just go out once. See if it works. Anything else? Let's commemorate the occasion with a piano man and a piano woman. Solid advice. Pretty simple advice, but it works. I mean, it's correct. Drop the pianos. Drop the bass. Here. And now we reach a stalemate. I'd normally take the piano man, but I feel there's symbolic value in taking the woman. Why order like that, then? I hate Laura. You what? She's gonna take you away from me. You're my piece of scrap, not hers. Betty, you don't own me. Besides, I can't for the life of me leave you alone. I feel like the moment I let you out of my sight, you'll just crash. That's not a laughing matter. You need someone making sure you aren't kicking people. That's not normal, you know. Besides, it's not like I have something with her yet. You're right. So you won't leave me? I'd worry myself sick if I left you to your own devices, honestly. We should leave now. Oh yeah, we're holding a small New Year's party tomorrow. I don't know if you want to come. We'll come. Are you sure? We will. Fine. We'll be here, Jill. Anyway, see you then. Bye, Bill. Bye, Bill. Please come again. You guys remember this bar, right? Well, shit. Gil, I'm out. Not so fast, Miss Lana Smithy, if that's your real name. Fuck. I went to the Augmented Eye looking for you, and what do I find out? Lana Smithy is not a person. It's just the collective nickname everyone uses when writing crap. Why do you lie to me like that? Well, no matter. Night's young. Give me something nasty like last time, will ya? She wants something nasty again. What the hell is this? This is streaming John Bat, one of the best characters in the game. She's alive. She's an IRL streamer. Nico, what? The Ruby Road of this world. She's an IRL streamer and she comes to the bar and she has absolutely amazing dialogue all the time. Seriously, go back to the VODs and find the last time she was here. We had an amazing discussion off of that. Alright, well if it's something nasty, promo drinks usually fit the bill.
Everyone in the game says the Grizzly Temple is nasty as shit, so... Here. This is the... Hold on. That was nasty, alright. And now it's time for me to be a nice person and give you something nice. Huh? It's the second time I'm here, so it's only natural you get your own copy of my theme song. No thank you. Don't be shy, let me give you one. I mean it, no thank you. Well, too late, it's already in your player. That can't... How in the ever-living fuck did you do that? Magic! That's bullshit. Video editing magic! Did you just hack into the music player? Did I miss Bat time? Yes, Bat! Streaming Sean also has an OnlyFans, and if you have a premium membership, you can watch her show. For only $99.99 a month. Yeah, whatever. Hey, weren't there dogs? Like, last time you talked about this place, there, like, it was this zany haven of sorts, but I see the same shit. Seriously, no decorations or anything of the like? Good question. Where are the dogs? I either haven't paid enough attention to their arrival or they haven't come. Idols, newspaper managers, talking dogs, and yet this is the same old bar like last time. I might sue you for fake advertising, you know? Now that I think about it, maybe Boss just donated money to this Syrah thing, and then tricked the dog into coming here as a part-timer for kicks. Oh well, anything interesting lately? Too much clothing. I miss short-haired streaming John. Hey kids, wanna die? I mean, it's not like I miss them, but they should at least show their faces. Hello? Sorry, what did you say? I was asking if there were any new stories. This isn't a newspaper, you know. Nor is it a crazy stories on demand and service. That's a big fat lie and you know it. Shut up. But I said nothing. Yeah, that. I won't. Last time I came here, the viewership peaked for some reason, and I want to find out why. Marry me, streaming John on the screen. Maybe Pretty Boy over there can tell us the story of who he fucked. Hello, fellow youngsters. How do you do, fellow kids? He's so distracted he won't even make a retort. Amazing. I guess there's something worth saying, but... Then I want to hear it! Well, Kira Mickey came again yesterday. You're shitting me! You expect me to believe she came all the way here again? You even have proof like the glass from last time? Well, if I may interject... You've been listening, boss? The walls are pretty thin. Oh. Anyway, she did. I even took a pic with her. She did what? Let's see. Why? The chat! I try to make an appointment with her and she's always busy. But you sit there and she just comes waltzing over? It's not fair. Fuck this somehow. Why is everyone so noisy? Hey, if I know how the hell this stuff like that happened, I'd share my secrets. I was just as baffled as you are right now. Anime was a mistake. Yeah, but I bet you're not even that much of a fan anyway, are you? You're not wrong. Can you at least tell me how nice she was as a client? Very graceful client, much like the last time. A really nice girl. I'm gonna give you my number. If she ever comes back, you let me know, you hear? I'm not gonna let you keep her to yourself. I really doubt she'll come back again, though. She already came twice. I'm not taking any chances.
I need something to drown this anger with. Give me something girly, will you? Okay. She's asking for a girly drink now. I miss short-haired streaming John. But yeah, no, last time Streaming Chan came in the game, it actually turned into a really deep conversation about, well, being a streamer and sort of the things that come with that. Here. Whew, let's just chill a bit. Still not fair. You know, you're boring today. You're not chatting that much, nor are you doing anything funny. Maybe the whole peak viewership thing is just you? Eh? Maybe this bar and me both had nothing to do with the spike. Maybe you were just that good. We had a pretty deep conversation last time streaming, John. It's probably because of that. Are you hitting on me? Am not. In fact, I'm kinda trying to get you to leave. Pronto. Don't be so hard on the girl, she's fun! Another nuisance shows up. Wah, Joe hates me! It's not hate, it's just... Wait, I'm not having this conversation again. Boring. Hey, you are curious, right? About Fuckboy's partner? Wanna know who it was? Do you know? Maybe, maybe not. That maybe not settles it then, not taking any chances. Oh, come on! Bartender, you're making lots of faces there. It's nothing, really. Did the two bartenders break or something? Should I call the manager? Tech support? Hey Joe, inner and outer voice, remember? Fuck. What? Who fucked? Aside from that guy, I mean. Say, you're oddly calm today. Well, I've been getting more sleep lately. That way I don't feel like if I stop speaking, I'll die. Crash is one hell of a drug. And wouldn't you know, I can actually make it premium time if I go commando. But come on, I'm getting bored out of my ass here. Do something. I'm not a dog. You can't just ask me to roll over, you know. Mind if I entertain you a bit then? Boss? You and Gil take a break. I'll entertain the missy here. Alright. Jill. By that I meant take Gil with you. I don't want him humming to the middle of the road and right into a truck's grill. Grilled Gil. Right. Alright, Gil, come with me. Here we go. Want one? No thanks, I don't smoke. Alright, I got a text from Alma. Boss! Alma and Gil didn't fuck! Well, that's a bummer! She is sending congratulations your way, though. Tell her I said thanks, guess. So, who was the lucky girl? So it was a guy? Never thought you swung that way. It wasn't a guy. So it was a girl, and you did fuck. I don't feel comfortable talking about it, you know? You don't make things easy for me, though. How so? I mean, you're pretty hard to get close to, you know? You never talk about yourself. You're talkative so long as it doesn't involve you directly. Teasing you is literally the only way I know to get through to you. You make me sound like some weird loner. You are a weird loner. At least tell me if you enjoyed the night you spent with whoever it was. I did. Good for you. Why are you humming Sunshine's tone so much, though? Well, after that idol girl came yesterday again, I looked up her discography and I can't stop humming and listening to them. Right. Oh god, you didn't fuck the idol girl, did you? No. Why would that be a problem, though? I don't know, it'd just feel weird. Also, she's in a relationship with her producer. Well, that's that for the break. Let's go back. Right. Oh, and Gil?
Keep in mind what I said about opening up more. I mean it. That way we won't tease you so often. Listening to you say that has to be the weirdest thing I've heard this year.
Shut up. I wonder if Alma finds Gil attractive. And that's that.
Back.
What were you two doing back there?
Fucking.
Oh, so just chatting then?
The blatant lie.
Holy crap, did you two really fuck? John has the face of a man who fucked to death recently.
See, Gil, you're making it too obvious.
How?
What will you have today?
I'll have a gut punch.
Coming right... Eh?
What?
Nothing. Dorothy wants a gut punch. Is the world ending? Yeah, not a piano woman? I even just posted a meme about that. I think it's time for Dorothy to get wasted. Here.
Stop looking at me like that.
Sorry. Are you okay? It's weird for you to order something like that.
Yeah, I'm just trying stuff out. Did you know Lilum tongues are designed to identify food using the chemical components? Our tongues were designed with the human ones in mind. For example, the first flavors that we detect are sour and bitter, just like you guys. I checked my personal specs and apparently my sensitivity is set to 1.2235 times. That makes me hate those flavors because I feel them harder.
Why all that exposition? I mean, I'd lie if I say I wasn't interested, but why?
Well, after last time, I got curious and started checking how many of my systems worked in detail. For example, the tips of my fingers are so sensitive to vibrations you could make a seismograph with them.
Huh.
And checking that, I found that it's all based on how humans work. And that got me thinking about what you said. I mean, for my systems to work, humans had to understand how they work. And after all those discoveries, they're not any more or less artificial. Why should I be? I don't know, looking up all of that suddenly made me feel real. It was the opposite of what I felt last time. I feel like I'm here right now.
Glad to hear that.
Alrighty then, let's try something sweet now.
Something sweet, that's more like it. Let's give her usual. Feels weird. It would feel weird to not serve Dorothy a piano woman. Vibrating fingers, interesting. No, they're sensitive to vibrations. So when she's beating you off, she can tell how okay. Here.
Ah, nice.
To be honest, it's a bit surreal for me.
What?
I'm here talking to you and you're answering like any human would, and you're even expressing happiness. I remember when I was a kid, I usually tried to strike conversations with AIs, but after a bit, they'd just start looping through their built-in answers, repeating the same things over and over. It always made me crash back into reality. When I think back to that, having such advanced AIs like you here right now, it's amazing. I don't know, it makes my inner child happy to see something she always dreamt of. It helps when I feel particularly cynical.
Aw, you flatter me.
Besides, I've always thought about humans like nature's Lilum.
The method might have been different, but we too evolved from a more simple form ages ago. If Lilum managed to create biological life years from now, it will all have come full circle. So what I should take from this is... you love me? Don't overdo it. Anything else? Let's go with the sugar rush. Okay. Dorothy is just the cutest thing in existence, honestly. Max Karma Tree. Yeah. Even in doubt, my love for these is real. How romantic. So I take it the solipsis problem got solved? Yep! All the reality crisis started the other day. I'm not... guardian? Call her Mom, nobody's judging you. Mom decided to meet with the mother of her daughter's girlfriend. It was a very emotional meeting. They both said they felt like they closed a long chapter. I was moved, but that's when it set in. Why was I moved? I never met any of them, so where do these feelings come from? Why do I feel things? Do I really feel them? What tells me someone else isn't pressing a button to make me feel that? What tells me I'm in my body? What's real? Boom! Oh, don't worry, by the way, I'm fine. Thank God, it's unnatural to see you down like that. Man, that Go-Go is a blast! Don't you feel like talking a bit more with Dee Dee? Dee Dee is too much of a prick and Go-Go is tired. Besides, I want to talk with the bartenders. Oh, fuck. Well, I tried, Jill. I'll be in my office. You little girl Lilum! Cam girl!
Oh yeah, Dorothy and Streaming Chad back in the house. Oh, fiddlesticks.
What's your name, girl? I'm Dorothy Hayes, at your service. Do you come here often? Are you hitting on me? Hey, Dorothy, I'm in the middle of a live stream. Do you want to participate? Sure, sounds fun. Okay, let's take a recommendation from you. What should I drink next? Try the Sugar Rush. Bartender, a Sugar Rush over here. Bartender! Sorry, what? Sugar Rush, please. Right. Sugar Rush again.
The good old Streaming John Dorothy combo. I mean, they're my two favorite characters in the game, so... Max Karma Tree. We're gonna have some fun.
Here. Good choice, Dorothy. Yay! So, what are you doing in my turf? Streaming John. Yes? No, I mean, that's what she calls herself. Man, that's a tacky name. Yeah, but it's my tacky name. Actually, that's not really my name. What's your real name, then? Behind Streaming John's awesome mask lies the humble Nicole Chen. Humble? Why not call yourself Streaming Chen? It's funny that you mention it. You see, when I started, I called myself Nico Chen. I changed websites so the name felt a bit out of place, thus I became Streaming Chen. Everyone nicknamed me Streaming Chan though, so I just went along with it. Oh yeah, I get it. Looking for some comfy fun.
Oh, my voice. I'm losing the Dorothy voice.
Honey here might seem harsh, but you just need to crack her shell.
Shut up.
See? You just need to say the right thing at the right time and she becomes a sweetheart.
Quiet, you.
Don't play hard to get, you know it's true.
Hey, Stream Girl.
That's me.
I'll regret asking this, but don't you have a sponsor? It's weird that it's been this long without some advertisement.
I have, but you see, the contract with them expired, so Marvin, the business guy or whatever, had to make a new one. He was gonna send the draft to his lawyers that had a couple of additions, but, Let's say he got too excited with my VR model and the contract became unreadable. Oh, so he used the contract to... Yep, he cut it into a pair of pants and rubbed it vigorously on his penis. I mean, you'd expect certain principles to be upheld even in the adult VR industry. I reported him and he got fired, but now they're looking for a new business person thing. Honestly, I think the paper cuts all over his dick are punishment enough. But I mean, why the contract? I don't mind if he jacked off to an image of me, but the contract? That's money you're soiling right there. I would have gone back on a deal were it not for the owner paying me a visit and apologizing profusely. Some people, seriously. Dick paper cuts. I've done enough crazed teacher fantasies to know how they can be a problem. I don't think you need to have experience to understand that. That said, Gil's been grimacing for a full minute now. Don't mind me. But you know, I like you, Dorothy. Why don't we celebrate with beers? My treat. Alright. 2 big beers, honey. That guy has problems. That guy has problems. Like, seriously. If you're gonna jerk off, use something that's not that important. Like, seriously? Why the contract? Here. Cheers! Cheers! Alright, I'm not feeling my tongue or my feet. Time to get lewd. Did I hear lewd? Do you have any stories? At least use lotion, not the damn paper, yeah, for real. Use your fucking hand if you have to, Jesus. This'll be a treat for non-premium users. I once met a guy that insisted on doing it in a jacuzzi. He didn't mind being in premium time, so I started setting up the cameras. And man, was it a challenge. I wasn't just gonna stream over the water, I wanted some underwater action too. What did you do with the bubbles and all? That was the least of problems, we just turned the jets off. But not only did I have to make a makeshift underwater cover, I also had to keep in mind the heat. Heat isn't good with cameras. Did you try chilling the cam a bit and putting it in a bag with some filling? We made something more convoluted. We took a small cooler, opened a hole for the lens, and sealed it with plastic. I made sure things looked good through the cam and started recording. Threw in some cooling packs and sealed the fuck out of the cooler. Did it need any weight? Yep, luckily the guy was into bodybuilding, so we used some old dumbbells. He was also ripped as fuck, but that's another story. It was all a success, but that's also the last time I have sex in a jacuzzi. Blood rushing, hot water, I felt like I was dying midway through it. Thank God he decided to resume the action out of the water midway through it, or I would have really died. At least the guy didn't burn himself. What do you mean? Last time I had sex in a jacuzzi, my body got so hot the guy almost burned his dick. I considered investing in a cooling system, but it's so situational and expensive that I'll pass. Besides, those cooling systems require too much maintenance. Wait, I think I should leave, but care to join me in escapades for the rest of the night? Can I plug my services at the end of the night? Sure. Then count me in, I've got the perfect stories. Let's be on our way then. Goodbye, bartender! Bye, honey! Well, let's start the story. You see, there was this mega Santa... Wait, seriously? They left. A pair made in hell. I don't know, that was pretty fun. I could listen to them all night. At least they look like they're having fun. That method of filming underwater sounded convoluted as fuck, though. But I guess it's hard to keep a cool head when you're horny. We're done, boss.
Man, don't you just feel great?
Were we in the same place? Here, Jill. What's this? A bonus. Today I get a taste of the kind of clients you deal with, and keep it up. Well, tomorrow's the big day, so get ready. That goes for both of you. Either I'm getting old or that girl was too much even for me.
I don't know. I like Dorothy and Streaming Chan are my two favorite characters. And they make quite a pair.
Happy New Year. May all your wishes come true in a new bountiful year filled with health and joy. I'll leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise.
Thanks.
Alright, what's left in the shop? We got a little money, so might as well look into what's in here. We'll get the Kira Mickey merchandise and some playhouses.
Achievement unlocked. Focus! So much stuff on Jill's walls now.
Those houses are actually kind of cute.
But yeah, for now it's actually just the ending of the game left, so
the augmented eye is down for maintenance.
Thank you. Admin Chris. We wanted to stop the epic memeing for a while just to say thank you. Big thanks to each and every one of you who bought this game. Thank you for reaching up to this point into the game. Thanks for all your tweeting, all your questioning through Tumblr, all the emails, etc., etc. Even though we couldn't answer every single thing, we can't stress how much we appreciate all the messages we got. Thank you very much. The road was rocky, things weren't as smooth as we had hoped around the end of development, and we even had some people actively trying to sabotage our work, but like Big Match John, we beat the odds and kicked out at 2. Fur, thanks for reading through all my nonsense. Hope it wasn't too heavy-handed. Sukaban, let's fill the world with badass cuties. Message from the devs there. Very nice.
Weird message.
Don't worry, it wasn't directed at you. Alright. All that's left is the ending of the game. That was very nice. Yeah, I agree. We could play the shmup one more time if you wanted to. Was everyone here for the shmup minigame we found a couple streams ago? We found a shmup minigame that I didn't know existed before. Well, if we want to, we can load up while I'm closing out the playthrough.
Saturday, December 31st. Well, let's see. Gil is in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gabby will show up at any minute. Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. Drink something. Maybe that'll cheer you up. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward for after everything's said and done. Gotta go. You can do it! Right. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years, now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello. Alright, I need to take an RTA real quick before we do this very serious scene. Okay. Time for the ending. Gabby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Valhalla. Hey! You talk first. No, well... Some days ago, I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know. I never opened it. At least, not until now. Huh? I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yep. Isn't there anything else in the letter? You in the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might say. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter, a fucking letter of all things. And she just says sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like the time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day. And you were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time when you left an unopened beer bottle on the table. She opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere, though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejections that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day, but organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yep. Thing is, apparently she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it?
Wait, how did she live so normally then?
She had to use a serum, shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shot even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them.
So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark?
And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctors said she might have missed a shot, or the other shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep.
Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I'd given a chance to the research institute thing back then? And the amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive. You're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now.
Jill?
Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years.
She didn't have to face it alone, though. She only...
So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we're to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we're to honor her, we'll do it together.
Together.
Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though, did she really start to complain about chest pain shortly after I left?
No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that. Sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry too, you know. We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so... Let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we?
Are you sure?
Of course I am. So, how did you find me exactly?
Well, you heard of a message board called Danger You?
I have, yeah.
Well, truth is that I visit it from time to time. And the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar, and the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad?
No, not mad. More like dumbfounded.
Hey Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister?
Well, back then, I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not too far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future, and she started talking about marriage.
You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we'd gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me, but what about my freedom? My say on the matter? So that's where you stopped loving her? No. I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurts so much. But you have to understand, I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate, just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led to you two fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back on it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I'd just kept a cool head and talked about it with her. My sister said something like that. Eh? I told you she mentioned you on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her in the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself so much onto her. Something like that. Lenore. We're quite the hotheads. You, me, and my sis. You were supposed to be the mature one, you know? Play your role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? But my sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face her. But I faced her back then. I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I come up with, it'll never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear you and my sis were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. And like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the only one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she would hear, she would tell us there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then! So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me.
One more drink for the road, huh? Gabby's underage, no commenting.
Grab this for a sec. Okay.
Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had.
Hey!
Wanna add anything?
I'll always miss her.
Don't say it to me, say it to her.
It's a bit...
Come on, just this once.
I'll always miss you, sis. Sis, you idiot! Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot! Idiot! I always told you everything, wasn't I enough? You idiot! Hey, chill. Promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself.
Only if you promise the same to me.
And promise me we won't fight.
I can't do that. You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are.
I'm not an adult.
Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have.
Hey, did you mean what you said? Will you look after me?
I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone.
Chill. Hey, wasn't this a toast?
Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers.
So, about this drink, can I drink it?
Do you like it? Take a sip.
It's not bad.
Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now.
Right.
Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you beer once as a prank?
Oh yeah, that. It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day.
Yeah, but did you know you got my drink that time?
Huh?
She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda.
Oh! Did you get back at her?
Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night. Only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. And as a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad days later.
Use the cucumber in a salad after using.
She said, so, do you like eating me for lunch?
Jill?
I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Hey, Gabby, do your parents know you're here?
They think I'm at Clary's, actually.
Who?
Oh, she's my best friend at school.
And this Clary knows you're using her as an excuse, right?
Of course, how would she cover for me otherwise?
True. Will you go to her house afterwards?
To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Clary doesn't live close by, so...
Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight?
Are you sure?
I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough, at least to spend the night.
Sure, I'd love to stay with you.
Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good.
Yep, he opened a second branch last year.
So he's looking to expand?
I think he got into a partnership with a friend in the Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has almost no bakeries.
I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, "I knew it! I knew you were a lesbian! Mark 1 for Daddy!" I fucking knew you were a lesbian.
I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis was into girls, the acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory.
Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they?
I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society, and in her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sister's side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter.
How did she react to her death?
Don't know. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago.
They did?
They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think.
Did you two fight too?
No, she just hasn't shown up.
You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there.
A bit, but I'm not alone anymore. Thanks to you.
Huh? I thought there was gonna be a party here.
Alma,
over here.
Party?
A small New Year's celebration. Wanna stay for it?
I don't want a kid to burden...
Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in?
If you don't mind me.
Great. Hey, Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce you to. And that's Valhalla. There's still epilogues though, so we're not quite done yet but the epilogues for all the characters play after the credits. But yeah. Fernando Damas, writer. Absolute Chad. You go, man. Character design and game art, Christopher Ortiz. Those two also came up with all the concept and everything. Absolute Chads. Big applause for them. Music by Michael Kelly. Also deserves a clap. Everyone who worked on this game deserves thanks. This is an absolutely amazing game. You can tell all the love and everything that went into it, especially from so relatively few people. And it's so well written. And so amazing. Unfortunately, while there is a sequel to this game planned called Nirvana, it's Nirvana is kind of in limbo right now. We don't know when it's going to release. It was supposed to release in late 2020, but that came and went with no word on what's going on. So we don't know what's happening with Nirvana. It's in limbo right now, but it's supposed to be a sequel set in the same world as this game. Hopefully we'll hear some news soon. Yeah, amazing game. And we've got character epilogues after the credits, so stick around. Did you have fun? I sure did. How about y'all in the audience? Did you have fun? I hope so. Yeah, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did your boss hug you, though? She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. You're right. Good night, Jill. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. Feels surreal yet real at the same time. I had so much fun playing this, and coming up with voices for all the characters was really fun. And I'm glad everyone enjoyed them. Honestly, while I've never had any dreams or aspirations to be a voice actor, I do kind of enjoy doing it now. And this was a really fun project because of it. Friday, February 3rd. So about a little over a month later. This is good. Really good. You have no idea how long I've wanted some curry. I remember I meant to eat some, but then I had to pay for some drinks I spilled on the floor. That screwed up my budget. It's the least I can do after being such an obnoxious client. Yeah, about that. Mind if I ask something, Mr. Timothy Mercury? So you know, it's a small city. Turns out two very grateful girls soon became regulars, and both of them were related to you. So what's your question, bartender? Call me Jill. Two questions, actually. The first one is, why did they brand you as a traitor? Because you killed the other guy? I don't know, it sounds weird considering the other guy assaulted two little girls. It was a cover-up. The guy was my superior. A high-ranking officer like him assaulting innocent civilians? That would be unthinkable. On paper, at least. On record, I hurt the girls and killed him before another unit subdued me. Then I escaped from their custody. In reality... Nah, that's all I needed to know. Sorry for bringing it up. Didn't you have another question? Yeah. How did you build this restaurant so fast? It's a small city. Turns out two very grateful girls tracked me down to thank me. One of them was the rich and the other noticed I smelled like curry. Those two are really nice girls, huh? They didn't deserve what that bastard did to them. Excuse me. Oh, speaking of the angels. Timmy, two special curries, please. Oh, hi, Jill. Friday, January 20th. Oh god, I can't believe I'm actually here. The concert will begin any second now. Wow, I've never seen her so openly excited before.
Don't talk too loudly or you'll startle her. It's always nice to see her so happy she doesn't give a damn and lets herself go. You sure you don't mind me? Of course not. That way I won't be the only one with little clue as to what's going on.
The day before your birthday. What, your birthday is January 21st, bet? Too bad I wasn't streaming by then.
Is it true that you serve this Kira Miki girl at the bar?
As amazing as it sounds. Really nice girl, if a bit oblivious to the risks some people represent.
How so?
She doesn't mind stalkers and such.
Oh.
How's your wounds?
Arm's doing fine, eyes healing nicely, and I can sleep better at night.
Just what transpired inside that bank?
It's not important anymore. What's important is that Stella will get me a job after I heal.
She will?
She's rebuilding a new armor set for me and wants me to be her bodyguard. I'd be paid for something I do anyways, and I'll get to spend more time with her.
That's nice.
I'd like to spread out and help more people, but it's a nice start.
You want to be a vigilante then?
Maybe. She's coming out! It's her! It's actually her! Look, it's starting! Are you here, Jill? Are you here, Jill? This song is for you!
What? Saturday, February 25th. I can't believe you actually made me do that sleepover thing. You didn't have to accept, you know. Shut up.
I'm having a good time.
See, even Gabby is having fun. Relax a bit. Yeah, whatever.
You know, Alma, you remind me a bit of my sis.
I do? How?
You always manage to get a reaction from Jill. Sis always said that Jill acknowledging your presence is the best way to know she likes you.
You're talking too much, Gabby. Aww.
It's different with you, though. With my sis, Jill was more frustrated. Like this one time where she bought her a shirt that...
You're talking too much, little girl. A shirt that what?
That had a picture of a cucumber on it.
Cucumber? Ow! Just what are you doing with my hair?
Sorry, it got stuck on one of my fingers.
Seriously.
So I'm a bit like Lenore, then? No, you just remind me of her a bit. Moreover, my sister wasn't as
ass. What this girl is trying to say is that with your tits and ass, you could build a Lenore and a half out of the mass. That just means there's enough to share with both of you.
Share?
You're talking too much, Alma. Friday, January 15th.
So yeah, the guy had a fantasy about a woman castrating him. I tried for an hour to convince him that it's a bad idea, and I finally got to him. We finally moved to the bedroom, and it turns out the guy has a weird implant where his testicles should be. It's basically a removable ball sack. I suppose the guy really liked that fantasy and made sure he could live it out properly.
I once saw a guy at the hospital in the emergency room after having been castrated to fulfill a fantasy. I wonder if it's the same guy. I have enough problems with just one, you know.
Just one what?
With just listening to one of your anecdotes. You told me about the Neo Tijuana thing and now this. Don't you have a more subdued story?
Come on, Joe, you're an adult, you can take that much.
Shut up.
Well, last time I spoke with my mom, I asked her the story of her daughter. Turns out her name was Anna.
Huh. And now you pretend it's a surprise? Quiet, you.
She fought against nanomachine rejection for most of her life. She even lost a girlfriend she made in the hospital to the same sickness. Apparently, sometime after she got out of treatment, a truck hit her and killed her. But even then, she was amazing.
She was?
Yeah, she kept up her studies while still in the hospital. She was a self-taught honor student. Not only that, but she also ranked among the top 5 candidates in at least 3 college admission exams.
My boy. My Dorothy voice.
She also played the piano and guitar.
Well, being confined to a room does that, I guess.
I mean, fully able-bodied people can barely do half of that. But she practically accomplished all that by herself. And she also beat nanomachine rejection, a disease that only 2% of humans suffer and even less survive. It took a trucking truck to take her down. She was great. And to think I'm sort of like her sister.
Oh my... I've done the Dorothy voice so much today, I'm starting to lose it.
Silly Becky. Honey, did you say something?
I didn't.
Weird. I swear I heard somebody call me Silly Becky.
Come again?
It's not uncommon for me to hear stuff from far away and think I've heard it nearby, but you're the only one nearby that knows my real name, so it was weird. Oh well, as I was saying, the ball sack guy.
Sunday, August 27th. I guess this is where we part ways, huh? Sadly, I'm bound to this city. I can only falsify my identity effectively around here. I really want to thank you, Chief, for the second chance you gave me. If we ever cross paths again,
Gil, we're leaving for like a week and a half or something. Don't be so dramatic. And you're taking care of my apartment. We will cross paths because I live there. The time you spend setting up a useless farewell could be used asking me things about the place. Like where the switches and valves are.
But I already know they're in that control panel you made.
But I like talking about that control panel. I'm proud of it. Speaking of obsessive likes, Jill, stop calling Armitage. She'll take care of your 4-ball just fine. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about me. I've never been away from 4 this long. I don't know what I'll do. You'll do just fine. You did pretty well for at least 25 years before finding him. Yes, but we're leaving! Oh yeah, before I forget, I left you a box of condoms on the first drawer of the desk, Jill.
You what?
You what? Hey, if he wants to bring his new girlfriend or whatever here, I want him to be ready. Oh, but just one condition. If you're gonna fuck like rabbits, stay away from my room. I have too many pics of my Emoto there and I don't want their eyes soiled.
In who?
Little sister. Then just say little sister. Yeah, whatever. First stop, Panama!
Thank you for playing. That's Valhalla. True weeb, yep, calls her little sister Harimoto. So yeah, that's Valhalla. This game is really well written. It's one of my favorite visual novels ever. And I'm really glad that y'all enjoyed it and that this was an enjoyable playthrough for everyone, because I know visual novels aren't the most exciting thing in the world sometimes because the interaction is so little. But I do have a couple other visual novels that I'd probably like to do sometime. Just for the heck of it. Yeah, it has a New Game Plus. You can carry stuff over and get all the items and stuff that you missed. But yeah. This is a really nice game, and I also really enjoyed coming up with voices for all the characters, and I want to thank y'all for all the compliments that you gave me on my voice acting work, and I'm really glad that y'all enjoyed it. Also, now we have Gabby on the title screen. But yeah, I'm really glad that everyone enjoyed this game. And that you enjoyed my perspective on it. I had a lot to say about in response to the dialogue in this game, and we had a lot of good talks, and I really appreciate that. I'm gonna see if I can check up on Streamlabs what my subs and stuff, but honestly I think Streamlabs and YouTube are having an issue, so we'll see. I might have to reconnect it. But yeah, I want to thank y'all for being here. Anyone who came during the game to watch me play it and voice act. We do have a notification. Thank you, Kevin Glasinovic, for subscribing. Glad you enjoy the show. That's the only thing I see, though. But yeah. I really want to thank y'all for sticking around. I really enjoyed this. I am probably going to do my next long-term playthrough on Twitch, where I do a whole game, but like for a really long game like this. But for now, I really appreciate all the help and support. Thank y'all for being here. That's gonna be all from me today, so peace out, y'all. Oat sunrise. Take it easy.